Yo, Kpaceguy here, and welcome back to part 2 of spending 2 weeks with the Bose system. If you missed part 1, we took time unboxing and setting up the Bose Kpaceguy 15, as well as going through why I chose this model and what this series will be all about. So if you missed part 1 of this 4-part series, be sure to go back and watch because you're late on your homework and you're failing my class. Anyway, all jokes aside, today I want to share with you different genres of music on the Bose system, but before we get started, I want to show you guys something I think you might find interesting. I received a lot of feedback in the comments in part 1 that you suggest that I set up the Bose system the way it's intended, not to be directly paired with the amplifier, so I listened. One thing to note, which I find quite hilarious, is that the Bose speaker wire that connects the subwoofer to the amp is so small that it barely stays in the terminals in the back of my monoprice monolith amplifier. Yes, it's that thin. But I did run Odyssey room calibration and I took photos of the settings before the Bose system was set up and after. I'll show you them on screen now. The Kpaceguy 15 calls for power anywhere between 10 to 200 watts per channel. My amplifier will be delivering all 200 watts that it can handle. So let's begin the listening test. I have hand selected 5 different genres of music with 2 songs for each genre: jazz, vocal, rock, classical, and hip hop, with each song getting 45 to a minute of playtime each. Of course, these songs will be copyright free but should give a really good display of what the Bose can or can't offer. Usually when I listen to music, I listen in 2-channel stereo with no subwoofer. But with the Bose, you have no choice but to go through the subwoofer regardless of the surround decoding. But nonetheless, sit back, grab a drink, put on a pair of good headphones, and let's listen.
where I go. I don't need nobody else. I got you, and you got me too. You can ride on the blue. I wanna do what you want to. We can leave and run away someday, someday.
Have you ever tried to talk to somebody with your hand over your mouth or heard a conversation from another room through the wall? That's kind of how I felt listening to the Bose system. Now, we went through the music listening test, and I have a lot to say, but with this video being long enough already, I'll save most of it for part 4 when I tell you how I felt spending 2 weeks with the Bose system. But what I will tell you guys is a small little snippet of how I feel. Those satellite speakers are heavily dependent on that subwoofer for any bass under 250, 300 hertz. And so everything that comes out of that subwoofer sounds kind of bad. There's no tweeters in the speakers at all either, so that's a lot of the sparkle that you don't get because there's no second driver, there's no tweeter in those speakers, any of the 4 or 5. Female voices had no resonance, there was no brightness, no sparkle, no shimmer, no treble whatsoever. Men sounded way too bloated, way too muffled, and I hate to say it, but I didn't really enjoy any of those listening tracks, even with some of those that are actually really beautiful. Next Wednesday is going to be the movie demo on the Bose system. And honestly, I'm not sure what to expect. But if you guys are enjoying this journey with me, make sure you guys stay tuned for next Wednesday's video. Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you guys think of the sound listening test. And also, let me know how you think I'm going to feel spending 2 weeks with the Bose system.